Hello, all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box. You're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I say what you are all thinking. Now, I know what you're wondering. Who gets the plastic straw this week? Well, I couldn't quite decide on one person. So this week's plastic straw, goes to all those blustering idiots known as the House Managers. So this one's for you people. And it's, I say all the men that are the House Managers. And I know there's a couple of females in there, but you wouldn't know to look at them. Am I right? I'm right. All right. Now, before we begin, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please like this video and share the channel with your friends, your like-minded patriot friends, and, send it to your leftist friends and piss them off. Like, I don't care. This week's article at angelasoapbox.com and redpillpundit.com is called This Just In. The Skyscreamers Still Believe Their Media. And I will link that down below. And as we all know, the Skyscreamers are the ones that go, when Trump won. And they're going to be, as we like to say, get those lungs ready, guys, because it's going to be a fun 2020. I predict there's lots in store coming for the traitors and the people who supported the traitors, the real traitors. Speaking of traitors, Adam Schiff on the floor of the Senate, blustering through his 24 hours of, Mom, it was Charlie Brown teacher stuff. I mean, every time I turn on C-SPAN, I would 11 o'clock at night last week, it was Adam Schiff, putting up the same slides and making the same stupid arguments that he'd made before. And then 20 minutes later, I turn on, it's Adam Schiff, and then 20 minutes later, it's Zoe Lofgren, Jabba up there, she's a beauty. And then 20 minutes after that, it's Gerald Nadler trying to make his points. It was bad. And what I loved at the president's case when it finally started, and it was like, pull out the popcorn. I think they got a tiny bit of a slow start. That has to do with delivery and maybe people just, getting their footings. But once they got going, they were awesome. I thought that if you don't get to see anything and you wonder what all this Hunter Biden thing is about, watch Pam Bondi and then watch Eric Hirschman on day 2 of the president's defense team. They're fantastic. I call Eric Hirschman my new boyfriend. He doesn't know it, but I'm in love. Love you, Eric. He's almost taken the place of Bibi Netanyahu for me. He's so cute. My boyfriend thinks I have a fetish for members of the tribe. Perhaps I do. Anyway, they were great. The House Managers, on the other hand, were repetitive, weird, and just hyperbolic with no facts behind them. And here's what makes me so crazy. That they're demanding all these witnesses. They want witnesses. It's like, well, hang on a minute. And Jay Sekulow, another one, he's like a semi-boyfriend of mine. We're not super serious. He's semi-boyfriend. But boy, he was like, he killed him good there. But he said, what? I don't understand. If they've made their case and their case is so strong and it's so perfect and, their case is settled beyond a reasonable doubt, then why the hell do they need witnesses? Because they don't. They don't need witnesses. The only thing they would want to do is try and get John Bolton in there to somehow bloody up Trump. But all John Bolton could say is, at the worst, all John Bolton could say is, Trump wanted to get those investigations going before we gave him money. And I don't even think that he said that to begin with. And AG Barr and Mick Mulvaney all dispute this rumor that's come out about what Bolton might have said. But even if he did say that, so what? He can have a thought. A thought isn't a crime, at least not yet. Democrats are working hard to make it so, but thought crimes are not quite crimes yet. And furthermore, the aid was released. So, exactly, we're standing up there and it's like, why are we here? Why are we here? He did nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong in the phone call. The aid was released. He had a legitimate concern about the Bidens. What are we doing here? The thing that I think scares the Democrats the most, and I think part of me, they bluster about wanting witnesses, but deep down they really don't, because they know that we would call Eric, the whistleblower, who's, like Voldemort, you shall not say his name. He who shall not be named. And if you do, John Roberts will smack your hand, Rand Paul. We'll call the whistleblower, we'll call Hunter Biden, we'll call Joe Biden. And you know who else I'd like to see called for the president is Rudy Giuliani. because he's got all the receipts, because he's done a whole lot of research in Ukraine. And hopefully, if he doesn't get to testify, which I don't think is going to happen, I do hope that Lindsey Graham opens up the Senate investigation into the Bidens and all the things they were up to. And that, of course, will open up Barack Obama and all the things he knew about. Hashtag first black president. Hashtag I got a pass for 8 years and I continue to get a pass. But not for much longer, Barack. Anyway, what I find so just mind-blowingly crazy is that the Democrats get up there and talk about their 17 witnesses who, you know, again, they cherry pick certain things. They made it look bad, but at the end of the day, this is not evidence of anything. This is evidence of people not liking Trump. And we disagreed with him on policy. That's not an impeachable offense. It's not even maladministration, which what they're arguing. It's a policy difference because the aid was released. This isn't in dispute. So it's mind-numbing to listen to Democrats and liberals try and argue their case. They have no case. Someone like Alan Dershowitz, who I really respect, he is a very much, and I love his phrase, does it pass the shoe is on the other foot test. And the Democrats have shown that they have no ability to be intellectually honest at all. Because I'll tell you right now, and I say the same thing Alan said, if Hillary Clinton, if the same thing was going on, would I want Hillary Clinton to be gone? Hell yeah, I would. But I also know there's an election in 9 months. And I also know that if the facts were the exact same, this is not an impeachable offense. And I guarantee you Republicans would never have brought such a case. It doesn't happen because only Democrats get away with this stuff, as we know. But anyway, Adam Schiff making a big deal about not naming the whistleblower, acting like he doesn't know the whistleblower is, but yet somewhere out there in the ether, there's this thing called the 18th transcript that was taken. They talk, the House Managers, the 17 witnesses and the 17 transcripts. Well, where's the 18th transcript and the 18th witness? Gerald, would you like to answer that? It is not necessary for the 18th transcript to be released because that names the whistleblower, and that the whistleblower is Jesus, and we can't expose Jesus. That's basically how they're treating Eric. And I would say his name, but YouTube and Pravda, now that, let's be honest, what all of our overlords are, they are Pravda, they are the thought police, and they're clearly batting for one team and not the other. It would be nice if they would bat for no teams, wouldn't it? But anyway, it has been revealed that anybody who mentions the whistleblower's name gets their videos yanked, like, pretty quick. Like, there's an algorithm or something that goes in and yanks videos. So that isn't fascistic at all, YouTube. So y'all keep it up. Anyway, Eric, the reason that Adam Schiff doesn't want the 18th transcript released is because Eric makes it very plain that not only did he have contact with Adam Schiff's staff, he had direct contact with Adam Schiff. And this thing was massaged by lawyers, and it was months in the making because, Eric and his buddy, along with Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and James Comey and John Brennan and James Clapper and Peter and Bruce Orr and Nellie Orr and the DNC and CrowdStrike and blah, 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 go on and on and on. All these people had lots of different contingency plans to try and get rid of Trump. And from day one, this hack, this Obama leftover, who's still employed, by the way, riddle me that, still employed, they wanted to get rid of Trump, and they were looking for anything to do it. So Adam Schiff doesn't want that released because he knows that would implicate him directly. So he just gets up in the floor of the Senate and is like, well, hell, I've already lied this long. I might as well keep it up. And he just walloped he's like, I kind of sit back and I slow clap a little. I'm like, you are seriously pathological. Like, there is something wrong with Adam Schiff. He doesn't seem to be able to tell the truth about anything. It's a puzzling thing. And as Q has pointed out about Adam Schiff for a long time, talks about him and Ken Buck and the Standard Hotel and TikTok Adam, and hope that 7.8 million was worth it. Speaking of Q, QAnon. Some people still have no idea who QAnon or what QAnon is. So I will link below a video. I think it's from X22 Report. It might be from Just Informed Talk. Two great channels to follow and watch, which I do every day. I'm gonna link one of them down below that explains what Q is. It's about a 30-minute long video. And then I'm also going, and listen, there's some of the stuff I'm like, okay, I don't know if I buy it this far, but there's a lot that does seem to be true. And then I'm also going to link an article from the American Thinker, a journalist who had to use a nom de plume, I don't know, fake name. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't want to be exposed to her fellow journalists. But she breaks down what Q is, and whoever it is, believes that this is legit. And I do too, because there have been a lot of things happening recently that Q likes to say, present proves past, or future proves past. So a lot of things are called proofs. So Q will put up things that he said or she said, months ago, and it happens. Like, for example, Lex Wexler, I think that's his name, the former head of Victoria's Secret, big buddies of Jeffrey Epstein. Well, Q's been mentioning Lex Wexler a long, long time connected to Epstein, and there are so many people, not just Bill Clinton, not just Prince Andrew, so many people who are compromised, and so many people who got dirty. And whether it's from there's been some talk that maybe Epstein was a Mossad agent and it was a way for Mossad to get dirt and to control people. I don't know if that's true. I want to think better of Mossad, but then again, our CIA is, we've seen recently, has some big time creeps in there as well. But anyway, the point is that a lot of what Q is saying has come to pass. And so if you haven't checked it out, please check it out down below. I will link those two relevant things that I think are good starter points. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yes. Okay. So Q talks a lot about Flynn, Michael Flynn, a lot about Michael Flynn. Flynn today, as we know, he withdrew his guilty plea. And today the prosecutors decided that even though they had tried to push for jail time for this 3-star general who did literally nothing wrong and was framed, that they've decided to give that up and not seek jail time. So I think with him withdrawing his guilty plea and them not seeking jail time, I think this case is going to be dismissed pretty soon. And I'm telling you, Obama has his filthy Kenyan hands all over this one. I am telling you right now, Michael Flynn was a thorn in Barack Obama's side, and Barack Obama got even with Michael Flynn. That's what this whole thing is about with Flynn. Mark my words. Carter Page is suing Perkins Coie and the DNC for their role in disseminating the BS Steele dossier. Lots of things are happening. Lots of good stuff is happening. Bill Barr in an interview saying, oh yeah, this is really bad. Like the FBI, let's put it this way. Everything we wackadoo conservatives have been telling you, smarter than anybody leftists who watch Jake Tapper and Don Lemon and Rachel Maddow all day long. Yeah, us dum-dums, us rubes, as you like to call us now, credulous rubes. I think that piece of crap Republican strategist Rick Wilson called us. By the way, quick aside, Rick, I think you should hang it up and not ever try and get a candidate again, because that ain't gonna fly, son. But anyway, all the stuff we've been telling them for 3 years, that Hannity's been reporting, and Sarah Carter and John Solomon and all of them. I'm not gonna go through the list, as Hannity likes to say, but we've been right, they've been wrong. And it's getting ready to come. It's bubbling, guys. It's bubbling. So as Q likes to say, enjoy the show. And I'm going to say the same thing, enjoy the show. Because when you have the truth on your side, and when you have God on your side, and people like to say, oh, God's not anybody's side. You know what side God is on? God is on the side of people who tell the truth, and people who are righteous and doing the right thing. Now, I'm not saying everybody in their life is a perfect person. I'm talking about, because we all are sinners and we all fall short from the grace of God. I certainly do. But when you know what the truth is, and you profess that truth and you live that truth, it's going to bubble to the surface eventually. That's what's happened with President Trump. That's why they tried to take him down. That's why they try and silence all of us. So never forget, they're not just after Trump. That Trump is ancillary. They're after us. And so as Trump pushes back, and my natural personality is to push back, as people who know me can attest, but maybe your natural personality is not to push back. But I suggest you get puffed up and you realize it's your sacred duty to every day, do something to piss off a leftist. Because honest to God, it feels really good when you do. Because they have no comeback. It's great. So y'all have a great week. I will hopefully see you earlier next week. There was a lot of stuff going on in my life, and that's why this video is late. So that's life. But please go ahead and subscribe and click the links below and educate yourself about Q. Read and share my articles. And y'all have a great weekend. Bye.